Flashback to 2024. We see Athena sitting by the window of her room in Wyoming, as we see her looking at an old photo of her father, Tommy, as we hear a knock at the door. As Ragnar walks in and says, "Hey there, sweet pea. Are you coming out?" She looks sad and says, "Today's the anniversary. I'm sorry, I don't know if I can today." Ragnar walks over to her and sits down next to her and says, "I know you're hurting, and I know at your age, no one should have to go through what you went through." Athena then says, "You're my father, right?" Ragnar says, "I'm your adoptive father, yes, and your blood father loved you very much. In fact, he asked me to look out for you if anything ever happened to him." As we see, he's lying, Athena says. "Well, you've done a great job for him. But you told me that when I was old enough, you would tell me what happened. What really happened? And you still haven't told me." Ragnar says, "Well, you know what? I believe you're old enough. I believe you're old enough to know the truth. I think it's time." Athena says, "What happened to him?" Ragnar says, "He was at a concert. What I remember hearing, the singer was approaching him. The man had lost his mind, and he decided to make an attempt on your father's life." Athena says, "But why? My father never did anything wrong." Ragnar is fake crying and says, "I don't know. That's the thing. I have no idea why he would kill your father. Luckily, he went to jail for what he did, and I would have hoped that he would have rotted in that jail cell. But unfortunately, when I went back there, he was nowhere to be found. His name is Rob Johnson, and I'm willing to believe that he's still alive. And I have never stopped looking for him ever since to get revenge for what he did to your father. You want to know why I've made this place what it is? Do you want to know why this has all happened the way it has? I'm doing this all for you, Athena, so that you can get revenge for your father. So I can help you get revenge for your father. And I promise you, if I ever find him, alive or dead, we will make sure he remains dead. I promise you that." Athena hugs him as she looks confident that she will get revenge for what happened to her father. As we see, Ragnar lied to her for all these years. Currently, we see Ragnar standing on the balcony of the city hall in Wyoming, as we see the enforcer and Avar walk up behind him as he says, "I'm disappointed, Avar. You, Athena, you both failed to get me what I want. Gather everyone in the area. I want our people ready. It's time we take the fight to Rob ourselves." We see Ragnar walking down the hall as he enters a room, as we then see Vel sitting in the cell in the dark room. She looks at him with nothing but hatred and says, "Oh goody, is it time for my walk now, you twig little fuck?" Ragnar unlocks the cell door as she starts backing up, as he then punches her in the face as she hits her head on the cell bars. Ragnar says, "Good morning, Vel. Now you've been a very bad girl." Vel has a mouth full of blood as she says, "Oh gee, thanks. May I feed you some more grapes? Or maybe wave my tits in your face some more, you stupid little fucking fuck?" Ragnar says, That won't be necessary. Now we may have a bit of a problem. Rob hasn't been located yet. Now I expected to have him by now, but unfortunately, it seems like I'm gonna have to do the deed myself now. So you're gonna be my insurance. The thing is, I don't know where they're hiding out necessarily. The only person who would probably know where their whereabouts would be is no other than his very dear friend who is sitting right in front of me. So Vel, he hits her again as he says, "You wouldn't happen to know where Rob and his friends would have gone, do you?" Vel laughs and says, "You fucking little fucking fuck. You really fucking think I'd have fucking sold out my fucking family after what I sacrificed? My people, my eye, probably my life. I made my fucking choice, asshole. Fucking find them yourself." As he hits her once again and says, "Alright, now you have a choice to make, Vel, and I'm not gonna stand here all day. Either you tell me and live, or you don't tell me and I will go to that Lincolnville community and I will destroy the ever-loving shit out of it. And you saw what I did to your place. Do you really want to take that chance? Again?" Vel looks scared, not knowing Lincolnville has already been destroyed. As Ragnar says, "I mean, who knows? Say I take a stroll down there and meet with Mrs. West. Well, I suppose we could go from there and destroy the entire community. Oh boy, just think of the children. All those innocent people and civilians, bludgeoned, murdered. I mean, that truly would be a tragedy for the woman, especially that swore to protect her people. Not only get their own people killed, but the rest of their family killed too." Vel looks defeated as she says, "Fuck, fuck, fuck, fuck! You win. Listen, there was only my place and Lincolnville. There's nowhere else they would go," Ragnar says. That may be true, Vel. But you mean to tell me, after all those years doing what you people do, you never had a rendezvous point of any sort? A place you could go in case of an emergency? I mean, I had Blackberry Ranch before your folks came and destroyed it, so I don't necessarily have a rendezvous anymore myself, but the point being, and if you didn't have a rendezvous point, well, you'd be a bigger dumbass than I expected. And I know you're smarter than that though, so please. So just think, if Rob and his little band of pricks were out there in the wilderness, where would they go?" Vel says, "There was one. It was a place. One of my people was setting it up. It was barely done. And it was 60 miles south from the castle. It was an old theme park. I swear, that's the only place now. Now please, please don't kill my fucking family. Please." Ragnar smiles and says, "I already did." He punches her down as she then starts crying in fear and anger as she says, "What did you do to them? What did you do to my family? Hey! Answer me!" As Ragnar and his men walk out of the room, leaving Vel scared to death. We see Athena sitting in a waiting room as she hears, "Hey, Athena." Athena gets up as she sees Desmond in a suit as he says, "Great to see you again. Please come in." They go into his office as Desmond's smile starts to leave him as she says, "Hey, listen, I know what happened to..." Desmond says, "Do you have any idea what happened to me back there?" Athena says, "Listen, I know things got out of hand." Desmond says, "Oh, things got out of hand all right. The enforcer knocked me out. And when I woke up, you know where I was? Right back in my office, like nothing ever happened." Athena says, "Do you know why?" Desmond says, "No idea. But Ragnar's fucking with me. I know that much. I talked to him before I was knocked out. I was getting the feeling that he was trying to scare me." Athena says, "No, that doesn't sound like him. Then again, he hasn't been himself lately, so who the hell knows?" Desmond says, "Right, well, now that things are settled, I'm gonna go talk to Holly, alright? We gotta straighten this whole thing out." Athena says, "Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. We'll get her out of this, then we'll deal with the rest." We see Vel sitting in the cell as she hears the door opening. as she says, "You assholes are already down here today, you fucking stupid fucks," as Athena and Desmond walk in, as Athena looks shocked to see Vel locked in here, as Vel says, "Ragnar sent you?" She looks at Desmond as she asks, "You and Holly okay?" Vel is sitting in Holly's dried up blood as she stands up and looks sad and says, "Holly's dead. Ragnar murdered her. Right here. But I guess you've just been too damn busy coming after my friends, you bunch of little fucks." Athena looks saddened as she says, "Holly was innocent. She was framed. My dad must have had her killed to prove a point to Rob. And now you took her fucking pigpen?" Desmond looks pissed and says, "Well, we better get our heads together. Clearly, Ragnar is onto me. And if I take this to court, Vel could be next," Vel says. "Are you fucking retarded? Laws are dead, buddy. And soon enough, so will I. You really want to help me? Get me the fuck out of here. If not, you can kindly fuck off then." Athena looks pissed as she didn't know about any of this. Out in the streets of Wyoming, we see Athena walking fast in anger as Desmond says, Hey, where the hell are you going?" Athena says, "He's crossed the line, Desmond, and I'm not just standing around here waiting until she ends up dead too." She grabs him by the jacket as she walks into the alleyway, quietly, as she whispers, "Listen, Ragnar raised me. He cares for me. He'd never suspect me. But he already knows about your involvement. He knows you're coming for him." Desmond says, "And I'm not stopping. Athena, your dad needs to pay for his crimes. He's killed innocent people. And you and I both know it. And I've seen the way these people look at him. Christ, Rob was able to connect to these people better than he did. And with Rob getting away, the people dying, the attacks, Blackberry Ranch going down, these people know your dad isn't what he says he is." Athena says, "Listen, I know that now. But I can't have you dragged down with this." Desmond says, "What do you mean?" Athena says, "It means I'm taking it from here. Now I have a plan, but I'm afraid you're going to have to stay out of this one." Desmond says, "No, I need to do this." Athena says, "Desmond, he'll kill you. And I can't have you dying on me, okay?" Desmond says, "All right, but if she stays here, he will kill her. So if you can't do it, I will." Athena says, I got it from here." As they go their separate ways, as he says, "Oh, and please, don't die on me, Athena." Athena smiles as she says, "I don't plan on it," as she walks away. Outside the theme park, we see Rob, Ryder, Elara, and Hunter setting up a cable on a few different roads in the area, as Rob says, "All right, I think we got it. It won't be enough, but hopefully it'll take out the front crowd." Elara says, "Yeah, I'm just grateful trucks aren't as common anymore as they once were. It isn't as difficult to take these fuckers down like it once was back in the day." Rob says, "Yeah, no shit. We're gonna need as much firepower as we can get." Back at the theme park, we see Tugo getting some weapons ready, as we see Mara walks out and says, "You got one for me?" Tugo says, "Hey there, pregos. You sure it's a good idea for you to come out here into the battle after what happened?" Mara says, "Is it a good idea to have a baby in this world in general? No, but I'm doing it anyway." Tugo nods as he looks like he respects the decision, as he gives her her nail gun as she says, "I'm doing this for the future of my child. Killing Ragnar is how we make that happen." She loads it as she stands there and says, "And for the ones that couldn't be here." Back in Wyoming, we see Vel sitting in the cell as Athena walks in and closes the door, as we see Vel looks a bit nervous as she says, "You finally here to kill me? Well, go on. Kill me. Please. Just fucking get it done. Please. Please fucking kill me. I'm tired of living like this. My friends are gone. My people are gone. My master, my eye, my goddamn life, it's all fucking gone. Please, Athena, do me one favor. You give me what I fucking deserve." We see Vel is actually crying as we see she's fully given up on everything, and it's finally caught up to her. Athena seems to look sorry for her as she says, I don't know what to say, but I do know you're innocent here." Vel looks sad and scared as Athena sits next to her cell and she asks, "There's something you're not telling me and I can feel it." "Vel, I know when people are holding shit back. What the fuck did my daddy do to you?" Vel isn't sure if she can trust her, as Athena says. "Tell me, Vel, because if not, I can't help you." Vel looks at her and says, "Ragnar raped me." Athena says, "What?" Vel says, "It's true. Believe it or not, it's true. It happened a little while back. He made me dress for him, look a certain way for him, and do whatever the fuck he wanted. And I had to do it, otherwise my friends would die. And you know what? My friends died anyway. He told me earlier he killed the rest of my family that were left. So I've got nothing else to fucking live for now. So you can kill me. Return me to my family." Athena says, Vel says, "It's okay. I can finally be with my family." Athena looks shocked and confused as she says, "I'm so sorry. For what it's worth, I believe you. My dad has been known to have his secrets. He doesn't always tell me everything. Now I think I know why. And this doesn't end here. I'll be back." Vel says, "For what?" Athena says, "To do what any woman would do for another." As we see a montage of time going by, as we see Rob and the others loading their weapons, we see Ryder getting into a truck as we see Tugo walks up to him and asks, "You got room for one more?" Ryder says, "Hell yeah." He gets in as he looks at him and says, "Hope you're ready, Tugo. Because you and I, my friend, we're the bait." As Ryder looks at him and smiles, we see Avar sitting in his room as he hears a knock on the door. As he says, "Come in." Athena walks in and says, "Hey, you doing all right?" Avar says, "I was about to ask you the same thing. Hey, I'm actually glad you're here, because I wanted to talk to you about something, and I'm not 100% sure I can get back to Ragnar." Athena says, "Well, this is just between you and me. Talk away." Avar says, "I'm going to be leaving tonight. I'm sneaking out, and I don't know when I'm coming back." Athena says, "Wait, why?" Avar says, "I'm not respected here anymore, Athena. Ragnar just acts like I'm useless to him. Now I get why the Enforcer wants to stay. I mean, he's done a hell of a better job than I have. And after all that time on the road, After all those years, I think I finally realized why this isn't where I'm supposed to be. I'm sorry, Athena, but I know if I tell him, he's gonna try to have me killed. Your father isn't in a good headspace right now, and I think you and I both know that. He's losing it. Athena says, that's actually what I came to talk to you about. Listen, I have a problem, and I don't know where else to go to around here. I need someone with your skills that knows the bullshit that's been going on in this town. You and I both went after Rob, and we got nothing in return. Now I know I've asked you for a lot of favors in the past, and you've asked me for a lot of favors in the past. But before we call it even, I do have one more request. Eivor says, well, on my way out? Sure. What is it? Athena says, you know that girl, Vel? Eivor says, oh yes, his new pet. Again I say, losing it. Let me guess. You want me to kill her for you? Athena says, nope. I want you to do something else. You say you're not loyal to Ragnar, you're not staying here? Eivor says, no. Athena nods and says, then I need you to help me get her out of here. But then we hear the sound of bells ringing in City Hall of Wyoming, as we see people running out of their homes, as we then see Ragnar standing on the rooftop of City Hall, as he looks down at his people, looking panicked and scared, as he stands there and smiles and says, court is now in session.